Sweet gets the whammies.
What?
Sweet gets the whammies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. I paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
And Deb wants me to go to Nashville with her to record the next track on that album.
Yeah.
Okay. Same studio that my cousin's cousin, Roy Feek, recorded at. You know Roy Feek?
Yeah, I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's from my hometown. I've never met him.
Oh.
He's my cousin's cousin.
Okay.
He comes through my hometown every once in a while.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Let's stand up and warm up. It's good to see you. Stretch up. Go this way. Super thankful you tore yourselves away from the weather. Roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. Hey, if you're someone who did not get a copy of Resignation, which is that sort of newish piece we added after our little break, Sharon's got some, so you can feel free to put a hand up if you need a copy of that. There's a bunch up front. You can just keep a little hand raised. Sharon will find you. While you're doing that, can you repeat after me? Woo, woo! Yeah, yeah. Yeah, woo! Good. B flat major, please. Veil, 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 veil. And. One more. Woo! Good. D major, please. Bang, 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 bang. Ah. 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 Two more. One more. Woo! Good. D major, please. Hip, hip, ho, 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 ho. Ah. Hip, hip, ho, ho, ho. 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 Every note. Every note. That's it. Good. Couple more. And one more. Woo! B flat major, please. I love to sing. And. I love to sing. I love to sing. Energy. I love to sing. That's it. I love to sing. Breathe. I love to sing. 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 Couple more. One more. Woo! Good. You could give me an F, Terry. Everyone hum this note. Go. Nice and easy. Find the unison. Agree on it. And keep it energized. Don't check out on your sound. Bravo. Vowel stream. Wonderful. Again, the two vowels that always get us as an American choir, A and Ah. A needs to be more closed, or I always say more Canadian. Ah needs to be pointier. Decrescendo. Bravo. Take a seat and let me explain to rehearsal tonight. It's great to be here with you all and what we want to do sort of 2 weeks out. So this is really the time where this rehearsal for me is always a rehearsal where we push ourselves and we pat ourselves on the back for getting this far. And then we try to go a step further, both with accuracy, of course, with musicality. It's also the type of rehearsal where we need to begin every repetition we do, we're going to try to make it performance level. So with that, what does that mean for you? It means that even if you're not sure of things, you're going to fake it till you make it, right? Choirs benefit from a sense of confidence, either real or imagined. And I really ask that right now as you're going that you take some risks, you take some pushes to what you're doing. I also ask that you be an active participant in strategizing for these pieces. So marking transitions, marking moments that you're going to be tricky. Like I said, next week, my hope is that we could be flipped and that we'll try to kind of treat this as a piano dress rehearsal where you guys are up here and we run everything. We'll run everything tonight, of course, as well. But again, tonight's really that last night where I'm using my ears to see what are some really rough spots, some rough transitions, so that we can work on things. But we'll also go in program order tonight. So we'll start with Resignation, will be first. Then we'll do Schicksalslied, the Brahms. Then the Lake Isle. And then Toward the Unknown Region at the end. So we'll go in order tonight. Again, we'll run, we'll fix. In the case of Resignation, we'll rehearse probably slightly more just because it's newer to us. The other thing is I have a bum ankle that I will tell you the embarrassing story as to how it happened. It literally is I stood up wrong. And again, so I'm going to be sitting a bit tonight, mostly for own self-preservation, not because I want to. It's very hard for me to stay seated. So that's why this is happening. All right, can we take out Resignation, please, everybody? I want to run this once with Terry, and then I want to work to get this a cappella as much as possible. It's a piece we probably could do with piano, but it'd be nice, I think, if it was a cappella. All right, let's remember it. 1, 2, 3, 4. High sopranos. And crescendo. Bravo, let's do the beginning again. Thank you very much. Sopranos, you have to lead the rhythm and you have to lead with the text. All right? We're not sight reading anymore. Beginning. Beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bravo. Uh. Energy, sopranos. Bravo. Everyone sing I've hungered, but I shall be fed. Altos, tenors, and basses, that hum can all go crescendo. You should be like angry buzzsaws by the end. All right, I hunger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And can we watch for the cutoff, please? And that silence that comes after it is a true silence. It's a fermata over a rest. I've hungered again. I hunger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crescendo. And bravo. Bravo. Real people, so expressive. Thank you. Can we all go to measure 17? My feet, they are wounded and dragging. All right, everybody, look at me. Can everyone go with me? Sway this way. 1, 2, 3, sway. The whole room should be going. This piece is in 6/8. And even though it's sad, it has to feel like this. Terry, can you give us pitches? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. My some of you aren't moving. Keep going and bravo! Good. And then, yeah, you're going to have to slow your swaying down when we get to the return on this. Beautiful beginning. A cappella, please. So everyone is, it's marked allegretto, right? So this is not slow. It's not ponderous, except for those great moments where we have fermatas or we pause over silence. So right from the beginning, can we just be locked into tempo? Sopranos lead that, but also alto tenor bass. My life is sorrow. Right from the beginning. A cappella, please. 1. Good job. Bravo! People, I just want to say for the first time going after that, I'm really, really impressed. F major and F minor are the hardest keys to sing in tune, so you're always going to slip. And I may even trick you and put it in F sharp minor. You'll never know. Terry, it was me and Terry's secret. Not tonight, but it might be. So because it's a weird quirk about where those keys sit in the voice, but you stayed in tune together, which I love. Yeah, pitch drops. I think I've told you all this before. We haven't done a ton of a cappella music this semester. Pitch drops, don't care. Out of tune, do care. Right? Pitch is movable, has changed throughout the centuries. Intonation is how well we sing together, and that you did well. We're going to do it again. Sopranos, every time you have a pickup, you just need a little more bravery. And also, I'm going to be there with you. So I should see every single soprano I every time you begin a phrase. Right? Sopranos, my master. Because again, everyone else you're just dragging that downbeat. Boom. Every single one of you needs to look up. We won't be together. Okay? Beginning again. Thank you. Woo. Actually, it's not that bad. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't be afraid. Thank you. And crescendo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And people, I just love that cutoff. Great. I want to work one section, and then we're going to put it away. We might run it at the end. Pick up the 19. Pick up the measure 19. People, again, it's very moving. Sopranos, your homework for you this week is just to look at this and to get those words in your mouth so that they feel like they're coming straight from your soul. Pick up the 19, please. Can I just hear, could do bass and tenor, please? Bass and tenor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, pain. Yeah, tenors, it's way lower than you want it to be. Can I hear everybody now pick up the 19? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And then let's go on. So can everyone in the room wait for the tenors to resolve their chord before they cut off? Everyone be nice to the tenors. They work hard. They're going to work hard to sing that E flat, and they want you to appreciate them. All right, here we go. Pick up the 19, my body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So yes, but that doesn't mean add a beat. Hey, off, body, right? All right, again, my body. You guys are killing it. Great. Here we go. My body. 1, 2, 3, 4. My body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Yes. Stop there. We'll come back at the end. Brahms, please. Brahms. Now, as you're getting Brahms out, I just want to make note. For the sake of time, next week we'll probably give you the full intro so you can get a feel for it. But I just want you to know there's a long intro and a long play out to this piece. I just want you to know that for your own zoning out purposes. And also, I'll begin to say as a reminder that we are always performing. All right, so again, what you do during that intro matters. So like waving at someone, taking a video with your phone, taking a selfie, not good things to do during an intro. It's not super. I think that again, finding a way to center yourself in some stoicism before you begin this very stoic beginning. Let's start 2 before you come in, please, before our lovely altos start. Measure 27. 3. Good. So altos, you sound so beautiful on this entrance. You have all semester. It's one of the first things we sang together. I'm obsessed with it. But we have to be so together here. What happens in the music here is basically it's just you and the winds. And you're going to feel very, especially because the strings will have been playing all that time, you're going to feel very exposed. You have to be super in time. That means your consonants have to come before. Your sound is great, but it's rhythm that we just need a bit more. And I just give you that warning because that's the way this works. And if we nail it, it's the most magical entrance ever. If we don't, it'll still be nice, but it could be better. Here we go, 27, 3 and 4. Perfect. Great crescendo. So good. So good. Soprano's a little better singing. Yes! Yeah, just that little extra energy is so helpful. Crescendo! Bravo. Yes, sopranos. Bravo. Very nice, everybody. So I just want to say that was the best time we've made it through that section. Again, it's probably the hardest music on the program for so many reasons. So first, I just want to say thank you. That is amazing work. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Now, let's work on it. But before we work on it, I want to get to one overarching thing. I really think, and I hear all of it, and I want to work on all of it. One overarching thing is that pros, so if you watch really great professional performers, or you're around them, they have like a switch. And they have a switch. They can go from talking to you, talking about the grocery list, all the things that annoyed them in their life, and then they switch on and they are a star. Right? If you ever have the joy to be around someone who's a star in that way, that's what they do. It's like a switch, right? They just can turn it on. And I think that is one thing that we want to work on in this program. A program of pieces with tremendous contrast, we have to flip the switch. So there's some note stuff, of course, in the second half, but you got better in the B section as you went along. You also got better in the A section as you went along. And again, what we need to do is where we get to about 1/3 of the way through a section, we need to start there, right? So you just need to start getting that switch. The other thing is this is a great piece to put little reminders for yourself. And I think sometimes everyone thinks they have to put really fancy, smart reminders in their phone. In their music. It does not have to be that way. It literally has to be this section hard, this section sing lower, this section we split in 2 parts. This, it could be little stuff, or I always sing this flat, or Max is always telling me to sing with better vowels here. Again, little things will go a long way. All right, so let's go through this a bit. I would love to start at 317, the end of this. Actually, the stuff we rehearsed last week was quite good, but I want to work on this. I think specifically tenors and basses, it's so important that when we get to 325-ish, that we're really ringing, that there's a lot of ring in the sound and it's very present. I know it's marked piano, but I just need more of that low sound. Can we start at 317, please? 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. Christian! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, so tenors and basses, when the sopranos and altos cut out at measure, what is that? At measure 329, you have to be strong. Like, I actually want you to mark forte there. I know it's an unaccented syllable, but we need that sound to cut through. 325, please, again, 325. The second instant. 1, 2, go. Strong. Yes. Hit save on that. That's exactly what we need there. Let's go back another section. I haven't told you yet. Letter K, 273. So this is a great place to write a note to yourself. This is not a quarter note. Da, boom. And what is Brahms doing? It is the oldest, trashiest trick in the book. He's giving you a wind-up. Instead of da Kunz, it's da Kunz escape. And in general, this section needs to be just much more inebriated. Right now, it's way too proper. This needs to be much more belligerent than you're willing to sing. And I wish I had I don't know, some vodka sodas to pass around or something, but that's not the type of organization we are. But I need this to just be much more wild. All right, starting right there. Dog. And this should be menacing. It's piano, but it's menacing and getting ready for something. 1, 2, go. Dog. Make a big deal of this. Delight and mention. Good. Yeah. It's good. Thank you. Yes, good. Yes, you feel it. Now, just to make that even more sparkly, we talked about this last week. The staccatos are not a suggestion, okay? The staccatos are not a suggestion. You need to pop off those notes. It's going to help with tempo. It's going to help with expression. You're barely phonating on that note. Right? Everyone got that? All right, here we go. Let's start again. Same place. One before K. That was awesome, everybody. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. Throw it away. Get over me! Come on! It's not over! Staccato! 1, 2, 3! It's going! Crescendo! Yes. Tenors, people. So that's what it starts. That's how it goes. That's how this song goes. All right. This is how that song goes. That's exactly it. Bravi. Now, let's start where we left off. Sorry, I shouldn't have stopped you, but I wanted to compliment you. Let's look at letter M. Now you're saying, I don't sing there. You're right, you don't. But sopranos and tenors have a horrifyingly scary entrance. Now, I will say, there's a B flat in the oboe, but that doesn't really help you, does it? So, underneath the flute playing a D flat. So I will say, the tonality you hear at 340, can you just play a chord right before they come in, Terry? It's in the chord, but it's just not the high note. So play that chord again. Sing your first note, tenors and sopranos. Good. Again, here's the chord. Sing. Yeah, once. Good. Now sing the phrase. Here's the chord in time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Off. 1, 2. Good. And now it just has to be in time. All right. Again, one more time. 340. 340. 1, 2, 3. Look up. Bravo. That's great. Good. And now, fabulous. All right. Let's go back now to the beginning of this section. Let's put this all. Actually, no. I want to work one more section. No, I think that will fix itself. So let's go back. Beginning of the B section. Letter H. And it's funny. Sorry, Terry. 196, 54, 194. The beginning of the B section. All right. I struggle with, these are Brahms's dynamic markings, and I think they're totally intentional. But I think that the way, because again, he writes piano espressivo, not piano dolce, not piano sweet, piano espressivo, right? So it has to be dynamic, what we're doing here. And so again, remember, piano is dynamics do not give you a decibel level. Dynamics are a suggestion of musically how you should approach it. So again, it has bounce in it. It has energy in it. It's just sort of muttered. It's soft. It's whispered, right? All right, let's go. Right on it. Basses lead us. 1, 2, 3, 1. Bravo, I want to do that again. It was great. It was so much better. Sopranos, this is the section where I was yelling at you to sing better. And I don't mean that you sing bad. What I mean is this is a moment where you need to pay attention to your vocalism. It's in the middle of your range, and so you think you can take a break, but you can't. It's far too chromatic. You need great vowels, and you need to support the sound, or it's never going to be in tune. Same place. Tenors, hop on the tempo a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yes, that's it. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's go back now. I want to run this whole section. Okay, I want to run the whole B section of this. The opening is beautiful, and if we have time, there's some things I want to think about, but I want to keep pushing ahead in rehearsal. All right, 110, 111. Pick up the 112. So now this is Mark Forte from the start, right? This is from the start, aggressive, like I said, belligerent. Right? It's about expression. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. Staccato. Basses? Yes! Basses, I love you. Bravo! Sopranos, that's amazing. Swell. Bravo. Desperate. Rev up the engines. Rev up the engines. It's not over. Rob, people, that is just unbelievable rehearsing. Flexible, fixing in real time, getting better. That's in great shape. Please, 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 just remember what it feels like to sing it that way. The mute, I know the notes are hard. I know it's a disconcerting piece to enter in and all that stuff, but the musicality has to be there. Without that, it's nothing. Bravo, that is amazing work. Lake Isle, please, the Lake Isle. This is, again, your work on the Lake Isle has been beautiful. This is, again, another piece that, it's a modern piece, obviously, but it's one that's not done a ton. And so It's great to be able to present it. I would say that, I'll say it again, with something that it's always funny. If you ever go to a concert and you hear a piece of music that feels very free and loose, the performers are probably not very free and loose. Right? That is always a trick. With something that feels atmospheric, we actually all have to kind of be in our own space in order for that sort of feeling and that energy to happen. So what I mean is all these openings, which I know are no easy, they're low in your range. This will be a nice vocal palate cleanser after the Brahms, right? But when you get here, you have to remember that I have to be like a metronome, right? That I have to click, 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 click. I can't get lost in what the guitar is doing. I can't get lost in what Terry's doing. The strings are going to help you a bit. They double your parts sort of throughout, so that'll be helpful. But again, it's just one of those things where we have to really kind of be quite regimented in order to give the effect we want. All right, beginning, please. Stay in tune. I mean, it's so beautiful, everybody. It's ridiculously beautiful. I mean, there's moments where I'm getting lost because I shouldn't give into emotion. I shouldn't give into because I have to stay together, but I just want to live in your sound. It is so beautiful what you're doing. What's amazing, I just want to share this with you. There's this thing that happens with good choirs sometimes, or especially choirs who have worked really hard on something, that your sound, like, it's this cyclical thing. Your sound inspires me to hear new things in the music and to things I hadn't thought about before. You've caused that, and that's why we do this. That level of connection. I just love it. One quick technical thing though. 17. Go to page 17 real quick. Can every single eighth note, if you have eighth notes in this ending section, can every single eighth note just be perfectly placed? And that doesn't mean it's not expressive, but it means that it's perfectly dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da. Sopranos, you got a little behind there, and it just if everything lines up here, it just sort of flows so powerfully. Can we start at 78 to the end? We shouldn't do this because we don't need to, but it's just on the same. All right, here we go. 78 to the end. And one more thing before we run it. Sorry, it might as well be efficient. So everyone go to 86. This is more what I sing about. So boom. While I stand on the roadways or on the pavements gray. And again, it feels a little anti-text, but I feel like what he's doing here feels like a mantra, right? You know how a mantra can sort of devolve, that it's not like poetry at this point. It's almost like something deeper. To something ceremonial. So I just think it has to have a little bit more of that. It's still legato, it's still fully sung, but it just has a little more of that punch to it. Every eighth note. And then when we when the sopranos start just going off, and actually it really begins at 94. I want everyone to make a mark on their score here. It's a very important mark. At 94, when those eighth notes begin in the second sopranos and the tenors, and they do that, I hear it, that mantra again. You just write "Turn on your soul." All right, this is where we go from singing these big, beautiful, lush chords brilliantly to singing them with just something extra. It just has to become a little more musical there. And you're so musical already, but I just want to push you a little further. All right, 78, please. Always right on time. 3 and 4 and 1. Good job, sopranos. Here we go. 1. Every note. Bite into the text. Put it away, please. Take out Toward the Unknown Region. Let's run Toward the Unknown Region, and then we'll do a couple announcements, and then if we have any final fixes, we'll do that, everybody. All right, so we're just taking our audience on such a journey, and so they get to experience this, which is a totally different sonic world, and then we go in Toward the Unknown Region, which is just, Vaughan Williams, so there's a whole thing where British composers always had sort of a complex, because the great classical composers were like all Germans, with some French guys thrown in, and then the Russians showed up, and of course opera has all these Italians, and the Brits kind of, for a long time, they had Henry Purcell, right, who's great, Baroque, one of my faves, Baroque composer. And so every British composer, and then they had Gilbert and Sullivan, which again I also like, but that wasn't considered serious music. And there's all sorts of other great composers that are actually being rediscovered. There's a real reawakening of this music. Delius and Elgar, and had some pieces that were famous but are being respected more. I find Vaughan Williams, the more I study his music, I think he was a profound innovator. And everyone kind of jumps right to Benjamin Britten, who we lived with, right? But they were sort of counter figures. Britten was super modernist in so many ways, super modernist. And Vaughan Williams loved where he was from. He loved his musical tradition, but you could tell he also knew there was more to the world, right? He got upset. This is not the only Walt Whitman poetry he ever said. He loved the Americanness of Walt Whitman. He loved the freedom and the sort of unabashed sense of self that was in this music, which is very unlike sort of his contemporaries. And he loved church music, but he also felt that could be something different too. One of my favorite Vaughan Williams memories is he has this beautiful piece for solo violin and orchestra called The Lark Ascending. And if you've never listened to The Lark Ascending, you're welcome. And actually, it's going to be the perfect evening for you to listen to The Lark Ascending. And I remember once, I've heard it several places, but someone was doing it at the National Cathedral. And it's one of these pieces that so benefits from space and acoustic. And it literally at the end, I swear to God, you could just see like this lark. And maybe I was hallucinating, I don't know. But anyway, again, I find his music still, even though he's everywhere, and especially choral societies, choral groups, we do this music all the time. He's sort of our bread and butter. I think he's totally underrated. And I'm so happy we could do this piece. So when I was talking about unabashed musicality, this is the time. Every single mark. I know you're still fighting for notes. I know this piece keeps you on a swivel. Try to make the transitions happen. We know where they are. I'll point one out to you right away that every time I am praying for. Every time. I'll give you the measures. You probably can name it. 49. Tenors and basses come in first on R. Sopranos and altos don't come in on beat 2. You come in on beat 3. And hopefully by the time we get to 51, we've sang a chord together, okay? So like, right? So that's one thing. But little stuff like that is what's going to send us over the top. Oh, let's run it, shall we? Sit tall. Oh, great. Very sorry, Terry. Yeah. Bravo, you people, you're just blush. Let's just, here's what's getting you. Like, let's not just keep hammering it. So here's what gets us at this transition, which is so important for the poetry. 49. I'm actually gonna start in 48. On beat 4 of 48, there's a chord. It feels like it's a downbeat, but it's not tenors and basses. So it goes cling 1 R, bling 1 R. Can we start at 47, please? And then we'll go on. You guys sound like $1,000,000. Keep it up. 47, right? On whatever you got. 47. 3 and 4. Off. Watch your cutoffs, please. It's very important, this piece. And 1. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Off. Bravo. Wow, everybody, very nice. Good. I will tell you, people, you sound so stinking good. It's 2 weeks out. It's beautiful. It's play. At that point, I know it's work still and it's hard and it's focused, but it's play. There's a moment where when everyone's working this hard and committed at the same time, it's amazing. I will say at 199, you have a Hallelujah Chorus-esque moment to step in it. Just look up. 1. Oh, and we've slowed down quite a bit. All right, people, just great. 2 things on this ending, and then I want to touch a few things throughout. Let me just go through. So everyone look at 190. Can everyone write rhythm here? So you notice, and I'm going to go back to it. We during the section before about those 7 measures, we've slowed down, right? Because that's the music. But we're back to the sort of something closer to the original tempo here. And it's march like boom, boom, boom. So the feel has to be then to fulfill. Can everyone just sing that for me? Them to fulfill. 1, 2, 3, and. Yeah. So, and again, actually, weirdly enough, this is going to be a nice larynx lower because you could sing a little off your voice here, a little staccato, a little martial, and it's going to get you ready to sing the ending. So that just make that note there. All right, now let's go to 180. So at 180, so 2 things. Oh, joy. And so there's just, again, it says tutti forza, which is just, that's a fun mark. That just means with a lot of force. So the strings, we're going to sort of milk a bit. The strings have these big triplets. Dee, da, dee, da. You're just singing a half note, but they go, oh, joy, 2, 3, oh, fruit. So write slower there, please. Tenors and basses, you do great at one. You've been catching me really consistently at 182 to make sure that you're in tempo. Because that feels slow. But then tenors and basses, catch me at 187. Off. Can we all sing? Pick up to 181. This is O on 180. 180. Oh, beat 3. Here, 1 and 2. Oh. Yeah. Bravo. People, that ending is, it's crazy. You sound insane. It's so good. All right. Let's go to, I always think there's always one moment in a concert that you just sort of just pray on, right? You just sort of, you can rehearse it all you want, but really at the end of the day, you let Jesus take the wheel. So for me, that's 158, but we should try to rehearse it a little bit. So everyone go with me to 158. So it won't mean, to those of you who don't know a lot of music theory, music theory, it won't mean a lot to you. But we sort of come from a G minor kind of land to D major, which actually isn't that hard, but if you've been in such a harmonic wasteland. So what? Yes, so everyone at 158, a reminder for the whole gang. Yeah, everybody's going to come in at 158. So if you're an alto or a bass, you're then we also prepared. It's actually quite easy. So let's sing right on it once, everybody at 158, and then we'll get into it. All right, here we go. 158. 1, 2, 3, and. Good, beautiful. Good, now good. Fabu. Now let's get into it. 154. Oh my gosh, people, the way you sang these measures were insane. This was ridiculously musical. Equal, ha, equitalos. It's so good. All right, 154. And let's just start right on it. 3 and 4 and 1, 2. 1. Thank you. That's exactly it. So it really helps because it's also a vocal thing. It's not just an ear thing. It's just low for sopranos and tenors. All right, fabulous. All right, let me just see. Yeah, we're doing great on time because then we'll run resignation once before we go. We'll do announcements, then we'll run resignation. So Sharon can even start walking up. The only other thing I'd say on this, gang, is we spent so much time on the ending because it's very hard. I would just say that when we approach this next week and we're up here, the opening I want you to, that actually at this point is going to require the most of your focus. And that's because it's hard, because actually to musically make that make sense, you have to really rock it. So again, I just encourage you to maybe give this a listen this week. But people, and you know how hard we worked on this. That's kind of, I think, what inspires me the most, is you're just eating this for lunch. And it's really inspiring. All right, Sharon, go for it.
Hello. Shall I sit also to be in solidarity?
Yeah, how's your ankle? Dang.
I just didn't want to
I had to stand up at the end, though. I couldn't sit for the ending. All right, go ahead.
I didn't want to make you feel bad. So in the weekly emails this week and next week, certainly we'll have a lot of concert-related information. We'll include the order of the music, and just a reminder on all the P's and Q's for concert weekend. Before I run through a little bit of that verbally, just as a reminder on board nominations, that nomination period is still open. It stays open through Tuesday, April 23rd, so kind of Tuesday week next. Jen Swain is our nominations chair. She's the one collecting those. And as a quick reminder, we know that we have openings for one of the at-large members, music librarian, and vice president. So anyone can run for anything, of course, but we're often asked if there is an opening, and those are 3 that are going to be open. And we'll be doing that voting at dress rehearsal. So just kind of mark your calendar. We'll have a little business portion.
And then just real quick, I will say with music librarian, that sounds really fancy, but really all you've required is you're detail oriented and you're good at online shopping. If you're good at those 2 things, you could be our music librarian. All right, go ahead.
That's a great point.
It just sounds fancy.
Music, helps get it organized, helps get it distributed. So some just reminders on concert weekend. Have a black folder. I brought 2 examples. There's like the fancy music folder. There's also just like regular 25-cent Target folder. It can be anything in between, binder, whatever works for you. Just make sure it's black, please. Also have a nice looking all black outfit, black shoes included, no exposed shoulders, and kind of a longer length on the bottom. Otherwise, just all black. It doesn't have to be super fancy, just nice looking. A reminder that we have a lot of folks with sensitivities to scents and perfumes. You're in close quarters, like an hour. So just watch our scents, aftershaves, perfumes, try to not use those. And we will have chairs for sitters, like always. If you're a regular sitter, we probably have you already on the list, but just as a refresher, go ahead and let your section leader know if you'll need a chair for the program. It's about an hour. Mm-hmm. So if you need a chair, we will certainly accommodate. So make sure you let your section leader know.
But I will just say too, it's like really, again, I would do it by email because sometimes people forget. Yes. Unless actually it's really important. Whereas as we head into a choral orchestral concert, space is really important. And so for us to optimize your seating and the orchestras, the more time that I have just to think about it, we have to think about it, is very helpful. So please, I just want to emphasize that.
I love it. Yeah. So then some timelines, right? Friday, where are we Friday night for dress rehearsal?
Church of the Nazarene.
Correct. Very good. Don't come here on that Friday, April 26th. Come 6:45 for 7 o'clock dress rehearsal. You do not need to wear your all black outfit to that. And we will have directions and tips on how to get there in the next 2 weekly emails. Saturday, and feel free to park wherever. Park in the parking lot, park along Little Street, in the field, wherever is there space. Saturday, call time is 5:30, performance is 7, so please be there by 5:30, ready to be up here and warming up. Not here though, Nazarene, sorry, but like up. We're gonna reserve as much of the parking lot, just like we did for the spring and last fall, this fall and last spring. We'll reserve as much of the parking lot as we can for our audience. I can appreciate that some folks will need to park there. Our musicians will probably need to park there for their instruments. So whether that's carpooling, parking in the field, parking on that little road, the church is prepped for us. They've got a great team, as we've experienced, to help people park. But do what works for you, wear the type of shoe you need to. Just come prepped for that for Saturday. We're gonna hope that there's no rain. There will be a locked room for belongings, kind of our normal setup. And then Sunday, we're going to be here. So 3 o'clock call time, 4 o'clock performance. We're going to be starting our setup, at 1:30. So that would be pulling the reception items from out behind the sanctuary. We're going to do like that heavier hors d'oeuvre style reception that I know people love. So Sue's going to need a lot of help. We're going to pay the custodial team to do the tables and chairs. But there's still just a lot to set up. Plus, as you just heard from Max, we're going to have not only our sitters here, but we also need to get the orchestral component of it set up here as well. So woman and man and they power, everyone's kind of power is greatly appreciated. Starting at 1:30, call time at 3 o'clock. We're going to ask that you park on the other side of the church as normal, if you're able. Certainly if you need to park out here, no problem at all. But that would just save some of that parking for our audience members. And we are collecting for the reception if you feel comfortable and would like to donate a bit to the reception. Sue, anything else that you need as far as people, other than just people to be here?
People are fabulous. I love all the people.
Good.
Do you need anything else?
1:30 is when we need to get things moving and tables and chairs are in place and lots of stuff coming out of people's vehicles for such.
Okay, so you don't need anything other than bodies. Perfect. Diane.
And the thermostat, yeah, well, yeah.
Well, so I'm sorry, of this group, there's,
Yeah.
there's a whole list of stuff that we need
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
churches. And then Diane, what do we need from you for you?
Shout out to Sue for this. I need 3 people each performance evening. They can be friends, relatives, whatever. That's what we usually get from the island. Sell tickets and run the little call. So 3 people is usually the ideal number. So you can email me or call me or whatever. Mail down.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Are the flyers or pictures?
So it's gone out in the last 2 weekly emails. I don't know if we did it or print run, Jen.
We did not do a print run because the last time we did a print run and asked people to do them, nobody came. So it's attached to the email for you to be able to print out at your desired please.
Yeah, and emailing the event, sending people our webpage anymore is how we get the biggest hits for it too. So, all right, standing please. Resignation. Let's go. Let's end. This run. Let's do right now. Where my church choirs, I always call it a Sunday morning confidence. You know, you've just learned an anthem. It's not quite everything's not quite there, but you have to present it. So let's present it as best we can. I'm not going to conduct very much. I want you to lead yourself. Sopranos, bravery. Here we go. Everyone hum your first chord real quick. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have a great week. See you. Bye. Great work tonight. Bravo. Thank you, everybody. Hey there. What's up? What? It's really, it's so complicated. It's so annoying, but it's like just a really bad sprain, I think.